Okay, so today's topic is going to be law enforcement. So I was just reviewing Dr. David R. Hawkins' first book, Power versus Force, and in that book, which was probably, let's go with 25 years ago, he said the main reason law enforcement Um, it has a positive calibration. It's over 200. But for example, the federal police of the United States, he calibrated at 205. Uh, Now, to give you an idea on the scale of consciousness, 200 is where you go from being negative to positive. So it's just into the positive territory, but it's certainly not at the level of excellence. Excellence, Dr. Hawkins says, is in the 400s. So, why is it? And Dr. Hawkins goes on to say the reason why law enforcement doesn't have a standard of excellence is because it fails to enforce the law. So I gave you a long, long pause, and some of you that watch my channel know that sometimes my long pauses go for 15 minutes into a meditation. So just to reiterate, the reason why we have so many long-standing long-standing issues with criminals running everything from our corporations to our governments is a lack of enforcing the laws. Okay, so I mean, this is a sign for, like an okay sign. What's okay? Well, I said failure to enforce the laws, and then how about the laws that are changed by the never do wells to make things that were illegal legal? And then I hear stories, personal people that I know, that talk about all kinds of things that are not being dealt with, or corrupt cops altogether, or corrupt, what do you call them? They're quasi police. In other words, maybe not an official police bureau, but some other branch that has regulations that they enforce. It goes on and on and on. So, what do I want to tell you? I want to tell you that we don't have anyone to back up our laws other than police that are not enforcing our laws. And then we have criminals that get in to power, and then they change the laws so that they can do their criminal activities without a law against it. It seems like our civilization has major issues. Everyone knows we have major issues. This hat doesn't want to say anything. It wants me to go into about an hour-long meditation because it feels like, I can't say it all in words. There's too many examples of deep, deep lack of integrity. And the reason why that hat wants me to go to meditation is because by meditating for great long periods of time, I sweep my ego away and I allow higher consciousness to come in. And then the higher consciousness, what does it do? Hello, I'm higher consciousness, and you, that's a crossed out C, so you don't see me. You don't see me. I'm higher consciousness. But when I meditate, higher consciousness comes in, and this is Georgia, and I always remember the John Mayer song, it's Why, Georgia, Why? And what do we want to talk about when it comes to why, Georgia, why? Why? Why is everything gone for a shit on this planet? And perhaps the answer is that not enough people are meditating to allow the higher consciousness through. So, without anything else to tell you, please meditate for the purposes of helping us fix these deep problems we have with criminality on our planet. Is it going to change things? Nothing else is available for you. You cannot police the world on your own. We already have militias. We already have armies. They're not working. So if we all meditate, we allow higher consciousness into us, and we are the collective of humanity. So when we bring higher consciousness into the collective of humanity, it insists that it gets a fair trial. What does? Basically, higher consciousness. In other words, it comes in and we expect it to change things. And this is the history of why people have meditated in the past in order to get on top of intractable problems. By getting your ego out of the way through meditation, the higher consciousness comes in and it raises the vibration of everyone on the planet, not just you, because we have a collective consciousness. But when we get up to, let's say we got up to anywhere above where it is now, we are going to see more integrity. So to finish off with Georgia, I don't want to talk anymore about the Georgia Stones, except I probably will, because in order to get to the population that the people that put up these Georgia Stones talk about, we're going to have to kill off billions of people on planet Earth. Is that okay with you? A mass slaughter of humanity because certain elite groups have decided that's what they want? These elite groups need to be brought to justice. And we've been waiting for a hell of a long time. And nothing has happened. So if you expect things to change just by waiting and going back to business as usual, nothing is ever going to change. The only thing that can change is individually, each one of us has to change. We have to have more integrity. In order for that to happen, we've got to push our egos away, allow higher consciousness to come in, raise our vibrations. That is the only solution. So either you're going to be part of the solution and start meditating, or when the wolf comes to the door, your door, you'll know why. It was because you refused to listen to what I'm saying, and you refused to push your ego out of the way. You've given yourself plenty of other excuses not to meditate, not to connect to higher consciousness. Don't complain when the wolf comes to your door because you didn't participate in raising the consciousness on the planet. And I don't mean just spending 2 minutes going la 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 meditating. No, you have to get serious with this. You have to get serious with this. It's not a warning. We already have the warnings. Look around. We have a massive police state going on planet Earth. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's wonderful. It's because your egos are corrupted. I can't make you do anything. But if you're watching this video, let's just assume the universe wanted you to get this message, because I meditate all the time. And if I sound a little bit angry, it's because the universe is very pissed off at us as humans. Because we are really on the borderlands of hell here on Earth. I don't have anything else to tell you. That's the message from the universe. Okay, so I'm out of integrity. Because I said that I was talking about a book called Power versus Force by David R. Hawkins, and it turns out that I was actually looking at another book called Truth versus Falsehood by the same author. So what does that mean? It means my vibration is not high enough to get the right information to you. Why is that? It's because even though I meditate regularly all the time, I am part of your collective. And if you consider the people that meditate have the highest consciousness on the planet, but they are counteracted by incredibly large numbers of negative people. And so even when we try our best to give you accurate information, it gets distorted because of the massive amounts of negativity on the planet. Does it mean what I said to you is incorrect totally? Yes, it is. It means you should throw it all away. You should take up bank robbery and purse snatching. I don't want to tell you anything other than if you yourself help by meditating, you make a huge difference. If you can get your consciousness level way up there, you can counterbalance thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who are negative. So this is a personal appeal to you. You don't need to have your whole community meditate. It would be wonderful if they did. But just you. Work on yourself. You get your vibration up. You get your consciousness calibration up. And you personally are going to gift the world with a huge change. Now, there are people who are already working on raising their vibration, and they're carrying this world. The people who have done the inner work on themselves, raise their vibration, meditate, disconnect from mainstream news, these people are carrying you now, those of you who don't meditate. So all I can do is reiterate, you have a lot of potential. A lot of potential. And it's up to you to fulfill your potential. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share this one out to your friends.